Hi, my name's Monica, and I'm supposed to be talking about what inspires me to do acting. So, it's kind of a hard question. I've spent like the last half an hour trying to think of what inspires me to get into acting. Um, I don't remember, but I've seen in videos that when I was about 2, I used to do acting. I would pretend to play dead, and my mom would say, "Oh, no, Monica, oh no, are you dead? Like, did you die?" And I would just not move, literally just not move. And then she'd say, "Oh, wake up," and I start playing again. And then she'd say, "Play dead," and I'd play dead. So I guess I've always just naturally liked acting. And then the new Harry Potter film came out, and I was about 6, and I was mad over it. I really wanted to be in Harry Potter. When the second one was about to come out, I asked my mum if she would get me into it, and she told me, "Oh yeah, she'll get me into it." But me being 7, literally believed that she had the power to get me into Harry Potter. So I told all of my friends in primary school, and everyone literally thought I was famous. And yeah, they treated me like as though I was famous. Yeah. I never really had much of an inspiration. There's nothing that's really inspired me to get into acting until recently, when there's someone who I'm really close to. He missed out on all the opportunities to get into acting, and hearing his stories sort of motivates me to kind of do acting, and how much he believes in me makes me want to achieve my goal. So that's kind of what inspires me. Wow, this is harder than I thought. I'm supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be a funny sort of 10-minute recording, but this is like the longest 10 minutes of my life. It's literally only been 2 minutes 50 seconds, and I'm pretty sure whoever watches this will be very bored and would probably want to boo me off. Right, my favourite actor would be Johnny Depp. I've kind of see Johnny Depp kind of a top his role in there. I just really think he's a really, really good actor. Like, he can play any role, literally any kind of role, and he really changes the way he talks and the way he acts, the way he moves. Like, he's completely a different person. I just think he's really good, and also really hot. Yeah, it's sort of my celebrity crush. It's weird because if I had to pick a film that I really fancy him, I would pick Pirates of the Caribbean, which is kind of a little bit weird because he's like a pirate and he's a bit messy and dirty. But yeah, yeah. We also have Justin Bieber on my wall there, but I completely don't like Justin Bieber. And believe it or not, I honestly don't like Justin Bieber. I only stuck Justin Bieber on there because this used to be my sister's room, and she had a massive obsession over Eminem, and she super glued Eminem on the walls, and when I took Eminem down, all the paint came off, and I really didn't want Eminem on my wall. So if I had to pick, I'd rather pick Justin Bieber. I don't know, that was the only photo that I found in the magazine to stick up. So yeah, I also really like Al Pacino. To prove how much I like Al Pacino and action movies, I've got a photo. That would be Al Pacino in Scarface, Tony Montana. that would be Robert De Niro in Goodfellas. That is Marlon Brandon in The Godfather. He's also from The Godfather, so is he. That's Fredo in Godfather, that's Sonny Godfather, that's Tom Hagen Godfather. These people here are from Goodfellas, and him are from Godfather, and him, I have no idea. I'm gonna have a random guess and say Goodfellas, but I literally don't know. He might not be from. But yeah, that's how much I like action films, and I can happily say that I painted this myself. That was a lie. I didn't really make this, but I'm good at lying. I'm really, really good at lying. Talking of lying, actually, I once knew someone who told me it was an ex-boyfriend who told me a good way of practicing your acting is lying. Like, he would just say lie about anything, and that's kind of like what acting is. He told me that because he wanted to do acting, and he told me when people are acting, no matter what kind of acting it is them lying. So I took that advice and I lie 90% of the time. I mean, I've always lied anyway, not about big things, about little white lies. But now I use acting as an excuse of lying. So if I was to lie and someone would be like, oh, you just lied about this or that, I'd be like, no, I wasn't lying about this or that. I was just practicing my acting. See, clever. I've got it all figured out now. I'm practicing my acting by lying, and I'm using lying. I'm practicing my acting by lying, and I'm using acting as an excuse to lie. That made sense in my head. But what I can say is, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. That was a line from Scarface. What else? What else do I enjoy? Besides acting, I really enjoy cooking. My backup plan when I was in school used to be cooking. I wanted to do hospitality so that if I don't get into acting, I could always do cooking. I feel like as I've gone older, I've gone more, not immature, less organised. Like when I was doing my GCSEs about 14, 15, I had a backup plan. It was, my first plan was to do acting, and if that didn't work out, I was going to do cooking and become a chef on the side. But as I grew older, I kind of got out of that idea, and I don't really think about a backup idea. It's either acting or nothing, and I'm going to push myself in any kind of way to do acting. But really, it's a good thing in some ways, but in some ways it's a bad thing, because in life you should always have a backup plan. So I feel like I was wiser when I was younger, and I'm less wise now. I just thought of another quote in my head from The Godfather. He says, he feels like he's become more wiser as he's gone older. Yeah. I'll know if that's true when I get older. But right now, I'm like, not that wise. What else? This is actually really hard. The kind of acting I want to get into is action films. I really enjoy martial arts. I used to do kickboxing quite a few years ago. I've got a certificate somewhere for for the belts. But the thing is, I have a commitment thing. I can't stick at things. So sticking at this university course will be a big challenge for me. Just joking. It's not going to be a challenge for me, and I'm going to stick at the course. No, and that was a bad joke. Um, I normally do find it hard to do something for more than a certain period of time. I get bored quite quickly. I don't like knowing what my day is going to be like. I'm quite spontaneous. I don't like to plan things. But I feel like with contemporary theatre and performance, with the course, you don't know what your days are going to be like. It's literally the most random thing ever. Like, for example, in Teresa's class for performance strategies, we were meant to bring with us yoga mats, but I didn't bring mine because I completely left it in the flat. But we were meant to bring it with us anyway, and turns out we didn't even need the yoga mats at all. Like, we did something completely different. We played a game which reminded me of when I was little, when we used to play cops and robbers. But anyway, point being, the course is very spontaneous and random, so I find it fun because you don't know what to expect. So yeah, I really like action films. Most of my DVDs are action films. I've got like a list of. I've just got a load of action films. I feel like most of this video is just of me going um. The two closest people to me are me and my sister. That's us on my birthday. And I don't know if you can see. 1 second, I get a better picture. Right, these are the two closest people that I care about, and the two people that inspire me to get into acting because they they both believe in me a lot. Sorry, I was just trying to pick a normal picture, but yeah. But yeah, they're the two people that really believe in me and want me to do well, and I guess I want to show it to them that I can do it, and that to make a better life for them both, I suppose. Hopefully in the next 5 years I see myself in a different country, hopefully in a film. Yeah, it sounds, when I say it now, it sounds like, what? In a film, seriously, get real. But I'm setting myself a 5 year target, and it's going to be hard work, a lot of hard work. But the hardest challenge for me will be commitment. But if I can do the 3 years of uni, I'm pretty sure that proves that I can commit to something. But talking of commitment, when I was younger, I wanted to be in EastEnders. EastEnders or Hollyoaks, but more EastEnders. If I had to pick now, I'd pick Hollyoaks, so I don't really like EastEnders. I think it's really boring, really, really boring. You can, like, not watch it for, like, 2 months, and you turn it on, and you'll still find Dot mixing the same cup of tea that she was mixing 2 months ago. But no, seriously, it drags. I kind of forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I really wanted to be in soaps, but I used to always think to myself, if I was to be in soaps, I would sign a contract just for like a yearly contract or 2 years max. I wouldn't sign a contract for like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, even 3 years. Well, 3 years, I don't know. It would be the top, would be like the maximum. But I would ideally prefer to only sign it for 1 year, so that I feel free. Like I don't feel like I've signed my life away to something, or that I have to do something for the next 100 years, 2 years. Yeah. So I've always thought to myself that if I do sign a contract, read the small print, because there'd be nothing worse than signing a contract and signing it for like, I don't know, 20 years of your life, and you want to be doing something else, but you can't because you signed a contract or whatever. So in terms of in the future, if I was to, if I when I get into acting, I'm going to always make sure that I read the small print of the contract, which most of the time I never do. I got asked to do the catwalk for the Miss Black Country, which comes into the Miss England competition, and I didn't read the small print at all, and there were certain things in there that you wasn't allowed to do, which I did do. But yeah, I broke the law. Well, not broke the law, but I broke the contract anyway. The contract that I signed, but no one knew, so it was fine. I mean, I didn't know until like 2 months afterwards, and I actually read it. I was curious one day, and I thought, what was it that I did sign 2 months ago? So I was reading it, I thought, oh, oopsie, I didn't stick to that rule. But yeah, always read the small print. I feel like I just spoke for 17 minutes, and it's been quite boring. I'm sure whoever watches this is going to be very bored listening to me, as bored as I am, and I think I should just stop this video right now. Oh, I have a video. I don't know whether to show it. It's of me in 2014, May 2014, doing a hot seat of a play called California Suite. It's an American play. I did in college, and I played, I can't remember, Gert, I think it was. And it's a hot seat of the character, so I kind of just made it up on the start.
Okay, started. Where did you meet Stu?
I met him when I bumped my head. I'm always bumping my head a lot. That just happened a lot. I was at this party and I bumped my head, and then when I woke up, there was like this nice, strong guy. Kind of strong, kind of skinny. Anyway, and he was like kind of cooling me down, giving me eyes, waiting on me hand and foot, and I thought, ooh, and he was rich. Like, he was wearing this nice suit. It was like Gucci or something, and I thought, oh, I gotta get with this guy. And I got out my, what perfume did I have? No. 7 perfume, and I sprayed him, and I sniffed him, and I thought, he smells good and looks good, so that's how we first met.
Did you do very well at school?
I was kind of like a Dumbo at times. I was really good at art and music. I can sing. Should I show you? But anyway, I was a bit of a Dumbo, but I was popular. So, popular is all you gotta be. You don't need grades. You need boys. Oh, yeah.
So he's very popular with the boys then?
With the guys. The girls were a little bitchy. Like, the girls, and I was like, dance theater, but I didn't really steal a guy. Well, I did, but you know, this guy was single. He's like my best mate's boyfriend. You don't even know that. It's all about me. So yeah.
Okay.
What do you think of Beth? Beth, she's like my girlfriend. She's just like so cool. Like we're so close. We teach her everything. Paint her nails, and like you know, she likes my perfume, and I like her things, and our husbands get along and stuff. So it's great, really. I mean, she stays at my house and I stay at her house and stuff.
What do you think about going on holiday with them?
I thought it was an awesome idea. Like, come on, and
Skip it a bit.
I have people working for me.
What was your childhood like?
It was so awesome.
Wow.
Cool. I can't really remember the wedding. You might have to ask Stu because he like remembers most of it. But yeah, it was awesome from what I can remember. I mean, yeah, I remember the ring. Like when you put it on, it was just so big and.
Have you got it on?
You can't tell him this, but I kind of lost it. I'm a bit clumsy like that, but yeah, I mean, he's always like everything's fine and he's gonna pay for it, so yeah, it's alright.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever cheated?
Oh no, I would never do that. Like hand on heart, heart on hand. I would never do that. No. No, I mean that was all in the past. But when I met Stu, he was like the game changer kind of thing. So yeah, he doesn't know about all that though. So I wouldn't tell him if I was.
I think you would still allow have a family.
But he wants babies, but I don't know. I mean, I'm a bit scared of like all the birth stuff. I'm like, it looks too messy and stuff. But maybe in a couple of years, we might settle down and have children.
You're in your 40s, gal. Get moving. That's it.
Right, it was kind of long, but that was a hot seat of a character which I quite enjoyed. It was fun, and I enjoyed doing an accent. Yeah, so I hope I kind of explained kind of what inspired me to do acting and my future plans, and I hope that I've been entertaining and funny. So I'm gonna go. Bye.